So last time we actually did a review comparing the Toyota Vios and the Nissan Almera, and some of you commented asking about the Honda City. Well, at the time, Honda Malaysia just launched the Honda City facelift model, and we weren't able to get our hands on one until now. So this is the 2023 Honda City facelift, and this is actually the range-topping model, the City RS HEV. So this is Seb from Carlist, and today we are going to answer a very important question. Is it worth the RM 112,000 ringgit price tag? Now, starting with the exterior, the Honda City facelift comes with a redesigned front grille, front and rear bumpers, as well as reprofiled side skirts. Now, compared to the pre-facelifted model, which I thought it looked a bit meh, so this one actually, to me, looks a bit sportier as well as visually more exciting. So it also comes with full LED headlights as well as fog lamps, but these are only available for the V as well as the 2 RS models. So if you ask me, Honda Malaysia made the right calls to certainly refresh the Honda City, especially by including the redesigned 16-inch wheels that pairs better with the whole facade for the Honda City. Okay, moving on to the boot space. Now, since this is a hybrid model, the battery position is at the back. So this is why the capacity for the Honda City RS EHEV is at 410 liters. Now, compare this to the non-hybrid city models, which is at a class-leading 590 liters. This might be a bit small, but compare this to the Toyota Vios with 475 liters and Nissan Almera with 482 liters. If you ask me, 410 liters is okay. Alright, welcome to the interior, folks, and as you can see, there's not much of a difference when you're seated up front. What you do get is this new red trim together with the redesigned seat upholstery. You also get the leather-wrapped steering wheel with the red stitching as well as the pedal shifters to control the regen braking, same as before. You also get the combination driver display with an analog speedometer as well as a 7-inch digital screen, same as before. You also get the 8-inch touchscreen for the infotainment system. Since we are in one of the 2 RS models, it comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so that's very nice. Now, speaking of Apple CarPlay, the animation feels smooth and it doesn't feel like the screen is too small. Going back to the driver display, I actually like how it's able to show all the necessary information, because since it's a hybrid car, you can check things like power flow, fuel economy, and range as well as fuel. So the animation feels really great in the City RS EHEV. Now, there are actually 8 speakers within the City RS EHEV. Now, while the sound may be nice, I feel like if the bass is slightly more powerful, then it would have been perfect. Now, another noteworthy thing to point out in the City RS EHEV is that it comes with electronic parking brake. So this is the only variant that comes with this feature, which also means that this is the only City that comes with rear disc brakes apart from drums. So the back seats have also been slightly updated for better comfort. Now, if you ask me, it was comfortable before and it is comfortable now, but I can't say for certain if it's more comfortable than the pre-facelifted model. Now, what I can say is that you have a lot of leg room, as you can see. Even if you're a tall person, you also have a lot of headroom, which is nice. And this is where I can say for certain that the designer for the Honda City is actually a family person. Okay, apart from having comfortable seats, you also get the rear AC vents as well as 2 USB Type-C charging ports to charge your device. Now, here's where I can tell that the designer for the Honda City Hybrid is actually a family person, because these 2 USB ports are covered with, rubber covers. Now, if you have kids seated at the back, you know that it's very hard for them to sometimes stay still, and they might, accidentally kick the covers off. If they're made of plastic, they might break off, but in this case, they're actually made of rubber, and, it can be removed. So let's say if your kids accidentally kick this off, you can actually just, put it back on without causing any damage. Or you can just remove them and then keep them in a safe place. So to me, this is cool. Okay, moving on to the powertrain and driving experience. So there are no changes whatsoever for the powertrain for the Honda City facelift. For the RS EHEV, it still retains the IMMD system, which is called Intelligent Multi-Mode Drive. For the engine, it's the same 1.5 litre double overhead cam VTEC Atkinson cycle, which produces about 98 PS and 127 Newton meters of torque. But more importantly is the electric motor. So the electric motor produces 109 PS with 253 Newton meters of torque. Now I'll try to put this as simple as I can, but when you're driving the Honda City RS EHEV or any other Honda EHEV models, it feels like you're driving a fully electric car, with the petrol engine being used mainly to charge the battery. So the IMMD system comes with two electric motors. First one is the generator, which is directly connected to the engine and used to charge the battery. The other one, this is the most important one, is the traction motor, which has been given a bigger responsibility in driving or propelling the car into motion. So there's no physical gearbox or transmission because it comes with the ECVT, which is directly built within the traction motor itself. But what does that mean? Okay, IMMD or Intelligent Multi-Mode Drive means that it has 3 different driving modes, and it will switch between the 3 modes depending on how you drive. So first we have the EV mode, which is the main mode that you will be driving in most situations. And then you have the engine drive, which is when you are cruising, for example on the highway at speeds of maybe 80, 100 or beyond 100 kilometers an hour. And then you have the hybrid drive. So when you need all that power to come into play, for example during overtaking procedures or hard accelerations. Now when it comes to the ride, it does feel a bit more solid despite being at a slightly heavier weight, which means that Honda Malaysia did something right when it comes to the suspension tuning for the Honda City Hybrid or EHEV. The brakes are also superb. Despite being a hybrid car, it doesn't feel spongy whatsoever, and the feedback is just as good as the other non-hybrid Honda models. But at the end of the day, it's all about fuel efficiency, and when you are driving it carefully, you can get it down to 3.6 liters per 100 kilometers or 27 kilometers for every liter of fuel. Now to put things into perspective, 20 ringgit and 50 cents will get you 10 liters of the RON 95 petrol. And with that 10 liters, you can technically travel up to 270 kilometers before requiring another fill up. Alright, let's talk about safety. Now, Honda Sensing is available in all variants for the Honda City. So that's cool. But only the hybrid model gets the low speed follow function, which is something that has been pointed out by previous owners of the pre-facelifted City. And knowing this, Honda Malaysia decided to make things right with the facelifted model. So that's very cool. So the question now is this the best B-segment sedan that you can find here in Malaysia? Well, at the end of the day, it's pretty subjective, in terms of looks, comfort and performance, because different people will prefer different things. Some people will point towards the Toyota Vios, some people will gravitate to the Nissan Almera, and some people will crown the Honda City as the champion. However, the Honda City is the only one out of the 3 that has a hybrid model. So if you're willing to pay a slightly bigger price tag and not worry too much about its slightly smaller boot space, then you will quickly appreciate the massive savings that you experience with fewer visits to the petrol station. Now, I myself drive the Honda City Hybrid IDCD, and that has saved me quite a bit of money. So with this newer and more fuel-efficient Honda City RS EHEV, that impact will be much bigger. So at the end of the day, if you love money but hate spending it on petrol, then you will love the Honda City RS EHEV.